You are listening to GZR, Ground Zero Radio, the very best of Orange County's original music scene and beyond. Welcome to GZR, Ground Zero Radio. We are ready to blast off tonight. 2 hours of original music. First up, Mike Karen, give us the music industry news.
Well, happy National Bubble Bath Day.
Oh, hello. Let's go. Bye. See you later.
And be sure and save water. Take a bath with a friend. Today in music history, 1974, Kiss signed their first recording deal ever with Casablanca. Also on this day, 1979, Russia named Canada's official ambassadors of music by the Canadian government. That's a big deal, I would think. Okay, here's some notable birthdays this week. Today, happy birthday goes to Loverboy frontman Mike Reno, Robbie Krieger, and Shirley Bassey. Happy birthday, Shirley. Tuesday, we have a early birthday going out to Dave Matthews, Crystal Gale, and New York doll David Johansen. Also, Jimmy Page. That's that guitar guy. Wednesday, another guitar guy, Michael Schenker, Pat Benatar, Ansley Dunbar, Donald Fagen, and Rod Stewart. Talk about a busy day. Friday, happy birthday goes out to Rob Zombie. And Saturday, we got Trace Atkins and Trevor Rabin. Sunday, Jeff Tate and Dave Grohl. I had to get Sunday in there because of those guys. Okay, here's a few shows happening this week. Randomly, Wednesday, we have the English Beat at the Belly Up Tavern in Solana Beach. Friday, Black Flag will be over at the Observatory. Again, I'm pointing. Saturday, we have Throw Rag at Alex's Bar in Long Beach. And more locally, we got the SoCal Songwriter Showcase at the Harp Inn, Saturday the 13th from 3 to 6 p.m., hosted by Coyote Moon. It'll be featuring J.P. McDermott, Grant Langston, Mick Rhodes, and John Maai.
Yes. Woo! This Saturday.
Yeah.
3 o'clock?
Yeah, I think there's 3 to 6 p.m.
Perfect.
That's the news.
Dun, dun, dun. Awesome. Thank you so much, Mike Karen. So guess who we have in the studio with us tonight?
I don't know.
I have an idea.
Do you want to know?
I think everybody out there wants to know because they can't see us yet.
They can't see us. Oh, yeah, it's radio. The Pollen Collective in the house.
Yeah.
How are you all doing tonight?
Thanks for having us, Michaela. We're all well.
Awesome. I am so glad that you are here tonight. And
Us too, thanks.
We have the entire band here tonight, as a matter of fact.
We do.
Whole collective.
Love it.
The entire collective.
Exactly. And that's awesome that it worked out. Thank you so much. Really, I'm looking at all, 5, 6 members because also their sound person, Woodrow, is here with them. That's cool that he came as well.
He's our muscle, too.
Yes, I noticed. How tall are you?
6'4".
6'4". Yes, you did bring the muscle. No, that's really awesome that you're all here. I am right now looking at a room full of instruments. I'm going to take some pictures while they're playing live so that you can also see this on Facebook. I'm going to do a live stream. And all right, well, let's just get this party started with a song.
Awesome.
Let's go.
This one's called Golden.
And after all of life's insincerity, there are 2 people still left in this room, and the policies never worry much. Oh no, unless Redeemer is you. While passing the time, I could make up my mind. All through the game, you kept my last name because you're golden. but it's still you make our home. And woe to those afflicted by the scourge of love. For it is a burden best suited for fools. For hearts and minds can't tell them apart. Oh no, hearts and minds like me and you. While passing the time, I could make up my mind. All through the game, she kept my last name because she's golden, standing alone, but still you make our home. And I'd like to see just what the heck is wrong with me, 'cause I can't explain truth in my pain. Because you're going.
So give us a little bit of the history of your band. How did this all come about?
It's long and complicated, but suffice to say and make it 30 seconds or less, our former bass player, Mr. Brian Howell, who left us last year to forge his way up to Northern California to make a life for him and his wife, hit me up one day asking me, because we grew up in the hardcore scene in Southern California since like the middle 80s. And we were, for 30 years we were just in playing music together. And he asked, and he knew I wrote songs. Once I started learning to play guitar and sing at the same time, I was writing songs, some of which he had heard. So fast forward about 30 years later, he asked me, what about those songs? Do you still play them? I go, yeah, I play them. Long story short, it coincided with the passing of my father, where I had to go back to Chicago and settle his affairs. And I came back home with a bunch of musical equipment, of which some friend saw that I had and asked me what I was going to do with all that musical equipment. Enter in Dave Nelson. You want to take over, or should I keep going?
Yeah, keep going.
Okay, so Dave Nelson says, hey, what are you going to do with all that band equipment? We should start a band. I said, okay, let's do that. And we did. And it literally was probably a week or two in coincidence with that conversation with Brian. So when we hit the ground running with like 6-8 songs, and Brian one night at practice said, hey man, what do you think about banjo? And I go, in the band? And he's like, yeah. So because we were just what you see here. We had a percussionist, Dave plays guitar, and Mandy and I played acoustic guitar. So at that point we only had stringed instruments. And I said, okay, yeah, throw a banjo in the mix. And he did, and the songs were quirky to me, but to these guys, they stayed on and they were stoked about it all. So we just kept playing them. We just built. So that's 2018. So March 2018, 267 shows later, we play all the time and we love each other. So that's a little bit of the history. But I mean, my wife, she's writing a book about the band already, and it was called "I Was There," because the coalescing parts are just stuff you wouldn't believe, stuff you would not believe. That's what we're putting in a book.
Yeah.
But what else? That's the genesis of it all. But we're all close and familiarly family-like, and we like playing. So that's about the crux of it all. Anything else?
That's an incredible story.
Yeah.
That's just a fraction of it.
Just a fraction.
Yeah.
I can't wait to read the book. Then
Yeah.
we'll have to have your
Toy.
wife in to give us tidbits from the book.
Yes.
That would be fun.
Yeah, no, it's. I mean, okay, Dave. You got to tell him the pick story in Guitar Center with Dobro. That's okay. Well, I'll tell it. Dave walked into a music store. Dave walked into a music store, looking for a thumb pick. Okay. Finger pick, hillbilly pick, whatever it's called. The guy behind the counter, they didn't have them. Well, tell the story, Dave.
Okay, so I walked into
this is one
the
story in the
Center.
band. Yeah.
I was looking for finger picks.
They didn't have one.
And they had thumb picks, but they didn't have finger picks. And the guy's like, I'm not sure what you're looking for. And I said, well, like a banjo player would use. And all of a sudden, this guy goes, "Did you say banjo player?" And he
A
walks
walking
over.
by stranger.
He just walks over and he goes, "Are you looking for these?" And he handed me a handful of finger picks. And I was like, "Yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for." And the guy goes, "We don't have those behind the counter." And so this stranger just goes, "Here, these are for you." And so I was like, "Wow, very, very cool."
Can I pick up now? Because
Yeah,
then it
go
gets
ahead.
more animated. We practiced in my garage for the first 2 years, playing literally as a garage band. Me and Bro, we would tend to faction off where we'd start talking about stupid stuff, and these guys in dobro, our then banjo, lap steel, and dobro player, would talk music. I mean, so we're talking in my garage one night at a break, and then I hear Dave say, "I thought that was you." Dobro, the banjo player in our band, was the individual who had given Dave the pick in Guitar Center,
Like how
'97.
many years? Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Okay, so that's weird. Like how? I don't know. That's not even the weirdest. That stuff happens all the time. But the guy who gave Dave those finger picks is Steve Lavering.
Wow.
He was our banjo player.
Played with us for 4
Played
years.
for 4 years.
Yeah.
That's awesome story.
And we were practicing together like 6 months, 8 months. And then it just kind of dawned on him, I guess you look familiar. Add 9 years to you or whatever. But so just to say, like, there's that, we have a weird, that's the cosmos in the Pollen Collective.
Is that story going to be in the book?
It would have, I mean,
better
most
be.
people know it, but yeah, it should be.
Go in the book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. We are in the studio with the entire band of the Pollen Collective tonight.
Yay.
Yes, and they are live. They brought all their instrumentation with them, and we are getting a live concert right here on Ground Zero Radio. The Pollen Collective.
We're front row center.
Yes, take it from here.
This one's called Faded Pictures.
Faded picture. Faded pictures. Names I can't remember. Letters written. Letters written, never sent. Broken windows, abandoned hallway mirrors. I couldn't tell you where I went. 'Cause every time I try to toe the line, my heart wants something different. Yeah, my heart wants something different. Boxes, stored in dark rooms, waiting. Food on shelves of rotting wood. Open suitcase, things you never tell me. Well, I never listen, but I should. 'Cause every time I try to toe the line, my heart wants something different. Yeah, my heart wants something different. And we waste away. One more day. Yeah, we waste away. Pictures, names I can't remember. Letters written, never sent. Broken windows, abandoned hallway mirrors. I couldn't tell you where I went. 'Cause every time I try to toe the line, my heart wants something different. Yeah, my try to toe the line. My heart wants something different. Yeah, my heart wants something different. We can't waste another day. One more day, one more day. We can't waste another day.
Incredible!
That's how that one goes.
That was mighty awesome.
Dave, tune. You need to tune.
Hey, JK hasn't said nothing yet.
It's the drummer telling us all to tune up.
You know you're in a good band when your drummer's the one that tells you to tune your instrument.
Hey, Darlin, why don't you talk about tuning instruments because you're a music teacher?
Oh, yeah. I know, right? It's okay. Yeah, I come from a background of music, classical music specifically, and stringed instruments. My father was a luthier, and so I grew up thinking everybody had crazy workshops in their garage and tools and
You thought it
just
was normal?
wood. Yeah, I just
Yeah.
thought that was what everybody had. And so I'm super blessed, first of all, to have a really fantastic little pod of instruments myself, violin, viola, cello, that kind of thing.
Clarinet.
And
A new single coming out.
yeah, it's actually true. So I grew up obviously with two musical parents. So music was part of my life from the time I was adopted as a young baby. But I started studying music at age 5. And my dad was both a clarinetist and a violinist.
Are you a Suzuki trained classical violinist?
I am, which is just
Wow.
so fun because when
You could tell, Mike. Be honest.
When
you could
Dave,
tell.
I know, right? Dave and I met before I ever knew anything about the Pollen Collective on a different music venture, then when he went back to the band and was telling the boys, "Hey, I got a friend and she's a really good, violin player," and they're like, "Yeah, bring her." And so then he reached out, and then they sent me some recordings.
How long did it take for Dave to reach out, Darlin?
They always give him a hard time. I think it took him months to actually reach out.
In the garage, he goes, "What do you think about violin?" I go, "I think yes about violin. We already got banjo and dobro. I don't even know what a dobro was."
I need to.
Right, get in
Okay,
here.
Dave,
so one day we
Defend
were at my
himself.
house in the summer, and we just had all of our gear set up, and we all had a few days free, so we were hanging out at my house, and we were just playing and learning some songs, and we started, John left the room, and we started playing Blackbird by the Beatles. And the dobro player was playing banjo, and we were like, "Ooh, this is actually working out pretty good." And John came out of the other room singing, and so we sat down.
I was in the
and we-
bathroom. Dave doesn't want to say that.
I was trying
had to
to
go
be
to the
polite.
bathroom. Yeah.
So we played Blackbird. Like the first time we played it together, I had my camera sitting on the fireplace, shot a little video, put it on Facebook, and Darlin went, "Oh my gosh, you guys sound so great." And I said, "It would sound really good with fiddle." And she said, "When do you guys practice?" And I said, "Thursday." She was there Thursday, and she's never not been there on any Thursday.
Another
since
weird
then.
Pollen Collective tidbit. One of her ex-boyfriends lived across the street from me.
Oh,
It was a little deja vu when I drove up to the first practice, right?
And that's
Like,
that's
what-
just
Yeah.
that's just
What street are we
that's
on?
Pollen
What?
Collective tidbits.
Yeah.
Do we make a
No.
left or a right?
I
Yeah.
know,
so
right?
interesting.
But it was
No,
so
there's-
funny because when I showed up, I walked up with my little violin case, and they were practicing in the garage, and it was cool. There was motorcycles. It was like skateboards and cool
Southern
stuff,
California,
right? It was cool stuff.
paraphernalia
And
everywhere.
I'm there with my little violin case growing up playing Mozart, and I was like, I had heard the songs for a few days, and I was trying to kind of jam with it on the side, so I came prepared right to our rehearsal. And I just was like, "Are you guys sure? Are you sure you want me to play violin?" And they're like, "Yeah, just have fun." But I have to say, it is truly one of my favorite things to get to do is to just kind of create counter melodies and things off the cuff. And with these guys and their solid songwriting, it's just like it's.
She's the beautiful portion of the act. Like you're like, these songs are quirky. Oh, wait a minute, no, they're not. Now that she put violin to it, I think it's beautiful. So, when she came that first night, the first song, 16 bars into it, the garage door from my kitchen opens up, and my wife's standing there in her robe. She says, "I heard strings."
She didn't even know that they had invited me.
And then she came in.
And so I peeked around, like she couldn't even see me. And I peeked around and I was like, "Oh, hi, I'm Christy. Nice to meet you. Thanks for having me." You know, and she's like, she looked at me and then she looked at John and she goes, "That's it. It's good. Like, ready. You're ready to go now. You're ready to launch forward."
Oh, no.
I was like, "Whoa, what just happened?"
Hey, I totally dig the fact that your wife, John, has a discerning ear.
Oh, I write my songs are good because of her.
Right on. I like
She says
her.
yes or no.
I like her. Let's tell her that
well,
for
you'll
me.
meet her on
Oh,
you'll
you
meet her
will
on
not
Saturday.
like
Oh,
her.
good,
You will
'cause I'll be
love
there.
her.
Okay.
Yeah, instant love.
Hey, let's talk about Saturday on that note. Saturday at the Harp Inn right here in Costa Mesa.
Right down the street. What's going on, Michaela? Oh, what's going on?
The SoCal Songwriter Showcase hosted by Coyote Moon.
Oh, that's just me. So this Saturday, they're going to have a, like you said, a songwriter showcase that Ace from Coyote Moon's putting on, and we went last month, and it ended up standing room. Oh, you were there. We were all. So there's good stuff going on down there. So go check it out, and they've got. I mean, I'm nervous to play with the dudes that are playing, JP McDermott and all those dudes. So it's going to be a good one this Saturday too. So come down 3 to 6, the Harper in Costa Mesa, California.
Awesome. All right. You going to hear another one live from you?
Yes. This one's
Let's
called
do it.
Nicodemus.
Hadn't seen your face in such a long time, and I was afraid to say what was on my mind, 'cause it seemed cliche to say that day that you were in the wrong. I hope I can fix it with this song. What was the thing that stinged and drew the last straw, that made you throw a punch at me which stung my jaw? Was it the way I like to say that we were only friends, that brought our friendship to an end? You went away, found another place to stay. Why won't you come back home to me? Life on my own at home is such a nightmare. I've been drinking alone at night to sleep, so I won't care. 'Cause out on the run, the prodigal son has now come to himself. He no longer blames someone else. You went away to that other place to stay. I cried out, come back been together now for such a long while, and living a life with you makes living life worthwhile. How could it be a boy like me could have a love this strong? Because she helps me sing my songs, my songs. When you went away, on my hands and knees I prayed that you would come back home to me. When you went away, found another place to stay, but then you came back home to me. But then you came back home to me. But then you came back home to me. JK on the shaker. Oh, by the way,
Yes.
Darlin's a hell of a shaker player. Clarinet. She's playing viola these days. Have we even introduced Rolf, the 4-string boomstick?
Not yet.
The Baron of Boom.
The Baron of Boom.
Let's give that man a mic and let's talk to Rolf for a minute.
Rolfenstein.
Rolf, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing
Awesome. Get super close to that mic for me if you don't mind.
good. All right.
Awesome. All right. So give me a little bit of your history. You just joined most recently.
I'm the newest member. Yeah, I've been with you guys now for what? About 5 months?
6
A
songs.
little longer than that.
A little longer than that?
Yeah,
Okay.
not
All right.
much.
Yeah. But great bunch of people. Really, really enjoy playing with these guys. You know, the original music, and gives you so many options to interpret, and it's nice.
Yeah, sounds
it's
like
real
you're
nice.
fitting right in.
Thank you. Thank you. I hope so.
Rolf comes from a very vast background of well-to-do.
Yeah, just played a bunch of different genres of music and a bunch of different bands around, and yeah, just came together.
Rolf, are you interviewing for a DJ spot? Listen to your voice, man.
I know,
Like
right?
it's so, like I'm gonna
Do I
go
have
to
a DJ
sleep,
voice?
but
I have
first
no
I'm gonna have a
idea. I
cognac.
have no idea. But,
Amazing male voices.
It
in
is.
this group.
hey,
It is nice.
beg your pardon.
no, it's been very enjoyable. I'm looking forward to it.
Excellent. Well, I'm glad that you made it here tonight. I'm checking out this. What you got on your guitar there? A hornet?
Oh yeah, that's a bee. Yeah, it's keeping with the Pollen Collective, you know. So had to represent.
Oh, look, you do too on
yeah,
your
he's got one
acoustic.
there. Yeah, his is carved in.
Now I'm checking. Oh, it is?
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
laser. Who's it lasered by, Darlin?
Yeah, it's my family, Eric Martinez, and he's got an amazing laser print shop down in Lake Forest. Yeah.
And it's called.
Oh gosh.
He's gonna
It'll come to me.
Stamp It Approved is what it's called.
I know.
We can plug.
John
people
and he
all
are
day long.
such good bros.
So-
I know.
But he put a
I'm
bee on-
fired.
he
But
put a
he
bee
does
on-
amazing work. Stamp It Approved down in Lake Forest. He lasered a special bee for us. Yeah.
Very nice.
On
Yeah,
John's
that's
guitar.
totally keeping within that theme. Hey, let me tell you something. You said something earlier when we were talking about the Songwriter Showcase coming up on Saturday and the caliber of musicians that are going to be playing there. That Adrian is known
Curated.
for. Yeah, and he's known for
literally
curating the best.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, yes, which includes you.
Yes.
Which includes you, and you absolutely belong there.
Thank you.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Thanks.
This is a beautiful sound you all have.
Oh yeah, we
And-
work at it.
And it's really surprising that you tell me, like, really, it sounds to me like really things really gelled together 2018-ish.
March 2018.
Okay, but then there was this, the world shut down for 2 years. So really there's 2 years of the past several years that almost don't count.
And then Michaela, there's what we call in this band the Adele Years. And all the San Clemente and Los South County folks will know what that means. But we had a residency, for lack of a better term, at Adele's in San Clemente. That's where we grew. We weren't always this we've always been a pretty polished machine, but a well-oiled machine. The last 3 or 4 years, but the Adele Years, look for it in the book.
Yeah, we definitely played often, and so it was really a good time for us to figure out all the ins and outs of how to sound good. And that's at the end of that period is when we, were blessed to have Woodrow join us, because we were having such crazy sound issues that I don't know that we would have survived as a band without.
We might have hung up our spurs.
Because it was just so frustrating. When you're a musician, you want the sound, you want your songs, your music, your instruments to come across, right? You want to be able to hear each other in vocals. And, these boys all had, some sound equipment experience, but to do all of it. And at the time we had banjo and dobro and all these other things too. And it was just kind of a great time, a growing time, but then also like it became chaotic because of our sound issues. We were having so many sound issues. And then long story short, then we were blessed to have.
Then we prayed for a sound guy.
Yeah, truly.
And the sound guy, we literally prayed for the sound guy.
Yeah. Woodrow's magic.
Excellent. Excellent. Yeah.
But during COVID, back to COVID, it was a quiet time, right? Nobody was playing any place. Nobody was, doing anything. Everybody was at home. But we did play a few places, kind of underground. And then we did a lot of, and kind of had some fun with some virtual recording. We did one song where we each kind of Brady Bunched at our own homes, our own parts. And then, it all got put together into a little, recording,
Yep.
which actually
We stayed
is
busy.
still one of my favorite recordings to this day. It's The Fall. It's a song called The Fall.
It's our tribute to John Prine song. April 2020
Yes.
is the only month the Pollen Collective has not had shows.
Wow.
We've played
You've been
anywhere
that
from,
busy.
we play shows all the time because we wanted to
We
learn.
try
how to-
not to say no, because we love to play music so much, even if it's for 5 people, 1 person, 500 people, whatever. We want to play.
When people get stoked and they hire us, we're like, yeah, if you're stoked, that's easy. that's an easy show.
Right.
So
Right.
April 2020 was the only month this band's never not had a show.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Even during the lockdown
Yep.
time?
Yep.
We played a lot of
Tell
virtual
anybody.
shows. We played Fingerprints in Long Beach. They were trying to, during COVID, they were trying to keep the
Street scene?
the street
Yes.
scene
Yes.
alive, or the
And it was
third
Valentine's
Thursdays
Day.
or whatever
Yeah.
it was. And so we took over Fingerprints, and we did a
My former
video
employer,
shoot from
by the way.
there, and we
And-
did a lot of that kind of stuff. We
Yeah.
did the bronze.
We
and-
played Rockwell's, and the cops came down and shut those guys down. Remember that? We're on the- we had
How
some-
fast did you guys run?
No, it was legal, but then
We invited them in to hear a song.
it was we have band stories of shows that would, you know what, the book will be around sometime.
Yes, it's
We've
going to be
got-
so interesting.
The book, check it out. Let's play another.
Yeah, let's go for it.
This one's called Gone, and it's a loud one.
All right, Harlan. I feel like my violins on it. Okay.
Someone tell me the first 2 notes of that song. G and
G. It ends on G.
okay, we'll do it like this then. I've been beat up. Well, now I've been beat up, torn up, and kicked around. It's hard to stand up in this dead end town. I could just move on. Okay, wait, let's stop. And then we play it like this.
One more time.
I've been beat up and torn up and kicked around. It's hard to stand up in this dead end town. I could just move on and walk away, but sometimes it's easy
to give up and stay. All the smoke from the stacks, it darkens the skies and the stares on the faces of people passing by. The bar's like an anchor that drags you down. We hold our breath till we naturally drown. Oh yeah. But I'm gone, gone, gone. I'm trying to make right all the things I did wrong. I'm gone, gone. So long, so long. Well, the corners of this town are filled with dishonest men, and I'm trying my hardest not to be one of them. So I work till I'm broke for all that I own, and I burned every right just to be left alone. But the pushing, the pulling has made me believe that the things that I want are the things that I need. So I look back just to burn in my mind all the sweat that I've given, I'm leaving behind, oh yeah. But I'm gone, gone, gone. I'm trying to make right all the things I did wrong. I'm gone, gone. So long, so long, oh, so long. Pretty good, huh? She's all right. She's the best. Yeah, well, I never spoke up. I stood quietly by, and though I was born here, it's not the place that I'll die. So I'm quietly building a fire that's inside. It's fueled by the things that I let be denied. Yeah, so hands off my freedom, hands off my soul, hands off the things that you'll never control. Hands against hands, hands to the sky, marching together, long, slow goodbye. Oh yeah, but I'm gone, gone, gone. I'm trying to make right all the things I did wrong. I'm gone, gone. So long, so long. Oh, so long, so long.
Awesome sauce happening in the studio tonight. What's up? Yeah.
She's all right.
Young lady.
She's all right.
That the way you make that violin sing, like
say it, Michaela.
Like the like the flutters of a bumblebee.
Ah, there you go.
Seriously.
I love that. I'm gonna keep that.
Yeah. Ask her how old her
How old is your violin?
Oh, the one I brought tonight is my pride and joy. This is the one I inherited from my dad. This one's over 300 years old.
That's 300.
Yeah.
That's 3 centuries.
So this one only comes out for special occasions.
Or gets left behind at Dick Church's.
Oh.
Underneath the stage.
My dad would turn over in his grave.
Everybody.
Oh boy.
I did actually leave it behind the stage, this particular instrument. And I had the moment of, because I was out of my routine, right? So the boys are always gentlemen. They always help. They do all their gear. Plus, then they help me carry my one or two things, right? Because they're so sweet. And so, you know, we were talking to people and whatever. And so they had taken all of my other stuff to my car already for me. And so I kind of just was like, oh, yeah, all my stuff's in the car. But I had tucked my violin case down behind the stage just to kind of keep it out of view. I got halfway home and had the worst panic attack I think I'd ever had in my life. I was like, I pulled over. I was on the freeway. I pulled over on the side of the freeway, and I just started calling each one of them. I was like, oh my gosh, please tell me. And then I was like, I finally got out of the car. Like, it was safe enough to get out of my car and look in the back. And I was like, it's not back there, right?
You left your kid
So it was almost like
Man,
that.
yeah.
And so, of course, I just raced back, and thank goodness it was right where I just tucked it behind the stage, and it was dark. Everybody was gone. Like, even the bus boys were gone from the place.
Should have jumped over a hedge.
Oh my goodness. It was not one of my more proud moments, but thankfully.
Hey, I left Big Brown at Sawdust Festival.
Oh yeah, we've
All of our PA wiring and power stuff is in a suitcase we call Big Brown. I just left it downstairs and drove off.
by the side of the room.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no, we definitely have angels watching over
But
us.
recovered both of the
Yes,
items.
safely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
goodness. I have a question for your drummer. If we can swing him over a mic, J.K.
John
Hello.
Kelley.
Hello, world.
How you doing?
How you doing?
He's the quietest human I know.
Well, we're about to have
Look how
you
red
speak.
he got red.
It's hot in here.
Well, I know that you're doing like you brought in a smaller kit tonight to play. So I highly suspect, though, that you have more in your arsenal. And so I wanted you to share with us all of your percussion goodies that you use for the band.
I'm actually only missing two pieces. So I don't play a terribly large kit, so it would just be the floor tom and the rack tom. Oh yeah, one more crash. But it's not much bigger than what you see here, and it's not really needed, with the band or with my style. I don't tend to get too crazy, I guess. With I like to just me and the bass player just lay a solid foundation, and I think that's add those little highlights and little tidbits to just give a little personality. But yeah, that's all I need really.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for letting me
you.
ask you,
Of course.
making you speak.
He also plays in another cool band, the Deweys.
The Deweys, surf punk.
Surf punk as well.
Original music, surf music.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a pretty big punk background, so
Uh-huh.
surf music in the area had a really big influence on punk rock, especially in this area. So
Yeah, for sure.
Hey.
it's been a lot of fun. Yeah.
Then maybe I'll talk to you
The
about that after the show.
Sure.
You ought to.
Original music?
Yeah, original.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fun.
you should talk to him about that. And you should know that he's pretty much our first and only solid drummer we ever had.
Oh.
We had Nibsy, but he played out a Samsonite kit. Like his kick drum was a Samsonite thing. But I mean, like drum. John was it. So,
And we are not brothers.
and we're not even related.
Isn't that crazy?
We're not even.
Yeah.
You sure?
John and John
Are
and
you
John,
sure
and
you're
you're
not
not related?
related?
We were playing a show, and a gentleman walked by me, and he grabbed me and said, "Thank you for helping me with my rig." And I'm like, "I'm sorry, what?" And he says, "You grabbed my amplifier out of my car." I go, "Oh no, that's our drummer."
Yeah. And I think the same guy came up to me and was like, "Man, your voice is so great."
That's hilarious.
True though.
Yeah,
That's
happens a
reality.
lot.
That's reality.
That needs to go in the book too.
No, it's
Oh,
that's tidbits. The meat and potatoes. You gotta. It's
It comes in handy when you walk out on the tab too.
Oh yeah.
the guy with the beard. The guy with the beard. He's
Yeah,
got it.
The
He's got
the
it.
beard and the glasses.
The gray guy. Yeah.
You are all a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
This is a lot of fun.
And thank you so much for bringing this live music to us tonight. We've got time for one more.
Okay. Well,
Let's-
then you know what we do at the end?
Yeah.
Play the end.
We do the end.
Okay.
Or do you want to do kindness and make it big? Oh, can you talk to people listening right now? Or is
Yeah.
anyone calling
Yeah.
in? Ask them if they want to hear "Kindness Makes You Beautiful" or "The End." People know that. Well, you can't do that. You can't poll them. But what do you guys? What sounds more
This.
intriguing?
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
This.
Yeah.
To match the
Yeah,
the
yeah.
bumper sticker you gave me, kindness
okay.
makes
Give
you
me 30
beautiful.
seconds
So, John, tell them about the bumper sticker a little bit.
Okay, so if you grew up in Southern Cal, well, if you grew up anywhere around Powell Peralta, there was a skateboarding sticker that said "Skateboarding's not a crime." Everyone in this room can remember that. That's the exact same font, exact same size, but instead of "Skateboarding is a crime," kindness makes you beautiful.
Aww.
Yeah.
I like that whole concept.
Totally.
Stickers all over the place.
Yeah, when you see them, then you know, because it was a kind of a brainstorm between me and Brian Howell, our former bass player, but still bandmate. We sat around like, what would be cool? Like, what would you want? Like after the we're all like in our 80s, and then I said, let's do a Powell sticker with "Kindness makes you beautiful," and he's like, boom, and it was done in a month.
Boom.
So if you got one of those, you're in the gang.
You're somebody.
I'm
You're
in the gang.
You're
I'm in the gang. All right,
This one's
let's
called
hear it.
Kindness. Thanks for having us again, you guys. Thanks for having us.
Find the cost of freedom buried in the ground. Mother Earth will swallow you. Lay your body down. You touch the earth like it's paper thin. Flow like an angel, come back again. I know there's no way for me to compare. Nothing left but for me to be prepared. Lord. Drifting away on a paper moon, taking my time and I'm taking it soon. Nowhere to be but to be here today. So I'm walking it back so I can see your face. Because kindness makes you beautiful. Laughter gives you grace. Faithfulness is dutiful. I can see it in your face. I see it in your face. I see it in your face. I had you up on a pedestal. I should've took you down long ago. There's nothing here more incredible than to see broken people again made whole. Because kindness makes you beautiful and laughter gives you grace. Faithfulness is dutiful. I can see it in your face. I see it in your face. I see it in your face.
laughter gives you grace. Faithfulness is dutiful. I can see it in your face. Kindness makes you beautiful, and laughter gives you grace. And faithfulness is dutiful. I can see it in your face. I see it in your face. I see it in your face.
Thanks, you guys. We had the time of our life.
All right. That was the Pollen Collective live here in the studio. You can find them on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. The Pollen Collective and website, thepollencollective.com.
You were listening to GZR, Ground Zero Radio. Follow us on social media and every Monday, 7 to 9 p.m. Pacific Time on KOCI 101.5.